Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Knightz Round Table discussion where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guys, The Truth and Mr. KA with me. How are we doing, people?
Not too bad.
Yeah, well, good. How's everyone else doing? Hope you're all well, staying safe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Of course, staying safe out there, trying to survive this Rona. People, as usual, before we start, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the comments up. As you know, we love to be interactive with you lot. Get the subscriptions up as well, and also follow us on our socials, which will be on the screen, but will also be in the description. The links will be in the description below. As usual, it's that day, Premier League review / preview show. You know, it's our weekly episodic show, and we're back again. I'm going to start off talking about Mr. K and The Truth, guys. Arsenal had a very good result on the weekend up against Wolves, 4-2.
Leeds.
4-2. What did I say?
You said
Did I say Wolves?
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's because Wolves are playing Leeds next. I just saw the advert on BT Sport. Yeah. 4-2 result up against Leeds with an Aubameyang hat-trick. Mr. K, I'm going to come to you first. Just off the bat, what do you think of the performance in that game?
I thought it was a good performance. I thought we played well. A bit shaky at times after obviously Leeds scoring 4-2, and I think every Arsenal fan, every football fan had thoughts of the Newcastle 4-0 comeback. So it was a bit shaky in the second half, but overall I thought it was a good performance. I thought I'm liking Ødegaard in the front with this new formation that we've got. I'm liking the balance of Cedric on the left, deputizing for Tierney. I think he's doing well. I think he brings a balance to the defense, and we do lose something that without Tierney playing, but I'm liking the way the team attacked over the game. I like how we controlled it, because Leeds, they come to play, and we didn't allow them to play their game. We kind of just showed them. I don't know. I think our style just kind of won out. I think the way that we split, the way they man mark and we split their defenders, and we kind of forced them to think a little bit more and not play their game until they kind of went for it in the second half when they had nothing to lose, and they kind of stopped trying to man mark and sort of play against what we were doing to them. They just thought, I'm going to play my own game, and they kind of nearly got back into it. But as I said, overall, I was happy. 4-2. Can't complain when you score 4 goals in the game. Aubameyang back. I don't want to say he's back, but it probably did really good for his confidence. Good to see him smiling again. Good to see the team celebrating with him again. So I was happy.
Oh, that's true. Aubameyang obviously getting that hat trick, playing in the central role.
Yes,
and he did the business against Leeds. Leeds, obviously, as Mr. K said, team that comes to play. So they're going to create chances, but you're going to recreate chances. Playing against Leeds, it's a game of who's going to be the most clinical. That's essentially what it is. Truth, in terms of your thoughts on the performance, but more specifically Aubameyang with that hat trick, has Aubameyang now said, this is where I'm supposed to be? I'm supposed to be playing through the middle. I don't want to be playing on the left anymore. And when you do play me through the middle, this is the results that you get.
The annoying thing about it is that it's been a waste of time. Like, as I said, I like Arteta. I want him to succeed at Arsenal. I'm going to give him, all this time, including next year. But it feels like a waste of time considering how long he was playing Aubameyang out left. I know it was successful in the FA Cup last year, but those were one-off games. It's not like you could consistently keep on playing him there, because the less chance he keeps getting, the worse his finishing becomes, or the worse his form becomes because he doesn't touch the ball as much. Up front, he gets the ball where he wants it. Out wide is not really where you want to see Oba. So, yeah, I'm glad he's playing back down the middle. It's good for him, but for me, it does feel like a waste of time, and that's my criticism for Arteta for that, to be honest.
I think there's unnecessary criticism because I think you're looking at it half glass empty. You just look at take the positives out of it because
Yeah, but
Aubameyang,
what's the positives? Go on.
Odegaard, I think with Smith Rowe, Saka, and Odegaard behind Aubameyang, he now knows he's got that creativity behind him and that service. He can make the runs that he used to make and trust that 8, 6, 7 out of 10 times they're going to play the right pass, whether it makes it through or not.
I'm not talking about the game though. I'm talking about the times that we had Oba out wide on the left. I just feel it's been a waste of time doing that, just for him to end back in the center anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know. Oh, I was gonna say I don't know if they wanted to play him out there, but like 3 managers was like playing him out on the left. So,
but it's like
so, yeah.
you know, we do have the players to play in those wide positions. We've had Saka, we've had Pepe.
I'm glad you have Willian. I'm glad you did Willian.
Hey, I'll sooner get Mkhitaryan back and play him out there.
Truth. Before you continue, sorry, I need to ask you guys the Arsenal fans. What does Willian have on Arteta, bruv? That he's always the first substitute. Someone please tell me.
I've been wondering the same thing, man. The other day I was like, right, we got Martinelli on the bench. We got Laka. I'd rather drop Aubameyang back onto the left and play Laka up front.
Yeah. No, Joe.
And then the funny thing was, Truth. Remember at the start of the season when we were talking about the signings, I was like, yes, we got Willian, we got the experience. At least he knows how to know them to put the ball in the box. I was like, I'll take that all back.
Truth, carry on, bro.
Look, it's come to the point now where we just have to say enough is enough. No more getting plays from Chelsea. Like, that's it. We're done. Like, that's it. Willian was the last final one. I don't want to see us in the summer go for no freaking, what's his name? Jorginho.
Kante.
Not even Kante. No, not even Kante. That guy is broken beyond belief. Like, this guy's injured every other game. So no more players from Chelsea. But underperformance, I expected it, to be honest. Of all the games in the Premier League, for the traditional top 6, you're comfortable going to this lead side right now because they're just going to play. There's no ways about it. They are just going to play.
You also don't care, boy.
Yeah, it gives you space. And good for them. You know, they're giving entertainment. If they were in a relegation battle, I do think he would change up his tactics. But since they're not, they're more or less safe. They're mid-table, you know, by all means, go for it. There's no point of sitting back. Just go for it. So yeah, it's what I expected, to be honest. I didn't expect anything less than an Arsenal win.
And it's a good win because obviously you lot went on that little spell where you lost to Villa.
Yeah, much needed.
Obviously, the loss to Wolves as well. I think there was a draw in there or something in between that time. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I wondered why I couldn't remember now. Why. So yeah, it's good to stop the rut, but the toughest test is coming up this weekend. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you for predictions because we're going to do predictions at the end, but just in terms of that game, massive game against Manchester City, Truth, what do you... I understand that Arteta's got a decent record since he's gone to Arsenal against Pep Guardiola, but this City side is relentless. What do you lot have to do to get anything out of this game on the weekend?
It's simple, man. Don't respect them. Just don't respect. As much as City have been on a roll, it comes for me with City and Liverpool in the last few years. The media has made these two sides to be like some unbelievable, unstoppable juggernauts. And I think that trickles down into the players' heads. As good as City are, and I respect their own, I respect what Pep has done. You don't give these guys respect. I hate to see Phil Foden closing down big 6'3" guys, and then these guys passing the ball. Run past him, shrug him off, put your arm out. He's not going to do anything. You know, they play closing down football, but none of these players, bar Rodri, are strong. Why are you giving them so much respect for? Yes, I know they've got intense closing down, but believe in your own ability, like, and take them on. Like, take them on. I'm so sick of teams going defensive. At the start of the season, when teams didn't have that respect for them, look at the results they're getting. All of a sudden, teams have gone back being scared again. This is the same City side. This is the same City side. Not much has changed apart from their form. Like, just go out and attack them, man. I don't want to see us flipping, sitting back for the whole 90 minutes. And, I know we're going to have to defend a lot, but when we attack, I want to see numbers going forward. I want to see us streaming forward, man, because otherwise we're going to lose the game anyway. Like, I don't have time for us to be freaking sitting back and losing the game anyway. I want to see at least some entertainment. You get me? I would actually rather lose 5-1 than 3-0 in this scenario.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Whoa.
I'm about to say,
What, 5-1 going for the game and rather than 3-0 sitting back for 90 minutes? Nah, fam.
Nah, man. I don't want to be no more than 3 goals. You can't concede no more than 3 goals.
That mentality is so weak, man. It's such a weak mentality in this day and age. We're a different side than we were under Wenger and Emery. Like, if we get 5-1, then so be it, man.
That's demoralizing for the players and the squad, man.
Not if the performance is there. And if the performance is there, we're not going to be beaten 5-1. That's even more
demoralizing because you put in a shift, but you still conceded 5.
No, that's the thing. If we actually go for it and we put in a shift, it won't be 5-1.
To be fair, the truth's got a point. I personally wouldn't say go all out, but one thing I will say is that you lot don't get 5-1 anymore. It doesn't matter. Even when you went down to 10, then 9 men against Wolves, you don't, innit? Like, Arteta's built a structure in which you lot just don't have them crazy scoreline games. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think you have to show some form of respect to City, because at the end of the day, when you put all the teams at their best, City are gonna come out on top. It's just how it is. Now, I get what you're saying. Don't do what Mourinho did last week, and we're going to talk about Spurs, but don't do what Mourinho did last week and basically sit there, lambs to slaughter, and just go out with a whimper. And I 100% agree with you in that aspect. You have to defend, sit tight, but at the same time, when you're going forward, go forward.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day,
what I want.
You're never going to beat City 1-0. You're not.
Exactly.
So you know you got to score 2 goals minimum. Mm-hmm. So you got to take your chances. So I 100% agree with you, True, from that aspect. Mr. K, go on.
No. I was agreeing with what you were saying.
It's true, because all of the teams that I've seen recently playing City, apart from Everton did go for a bit, and they did get the reward by the goal. It's just the quality. Everton don't obviously have that quality, but they gave up more than a good fight. And in fact, it took a worldie from Mahrez, and then again they were going for it, and that's how Silva scored the 3rd goal. But going forward, when you have the ball, you have to commit numbers. Like, if you leave yourself a little bit open at the back, so be it. But you're not going to score against the City defense with 1 or 2, 3 attackers, unless it's a worldie, which doesn't come so often. So definitely go for it. Commit people forward.
But you think about our personnel though. It's got your guy Luis at the back. He's the one going to be marshalling everything.
He got sent off last season, no?
As I said, you're gonna leave yourself open. I'm sick and tired. As I said, for me as a coach, if I was coaching against the City side and I had players that can run with the ball, like big players, like I know Partey is in and out, but let's say Partey was fit, I'd be like, Partey, get on the ball. If Phil Foden's coming at you, take your arm and shrug him out the way and carry on, because there's nothing to be scared of Phil Foden coming at you. You don't have to be scared of Kevin De Bruyne coming at you. You don't have to be scared of Raheem Sterling coming at you. You don't be scared of these 5'3" players coming at you. Just walk past them if you have to. Rodri, he's built for defense, but the rest of them, no. Like, don't give them that respect. And a lot of teams give them that unnecessary respect, and that's why they get lambasted most of the time.
easier said than done, man. When if he was a truth, if he was a coach, you get slapped up, and then you will know the next game. I'm gonna have to respect these guys. you
The
come with your
success,
own team,
the successful teams against City are those that are brave. That's it.
and then how often has that worked though? Because teams have beaten them in the past, but they don't beat them every occasion that they play them.
What team sits back? I see what's less successful. Teams sitting back, hoping to grab a goal and win. That loses probably about 90% of the time.
He was working pretty well for Mourinho for a good spell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, for a good spell years ago. What have you done for me
It's
lately?
happening this season when Kane like they'll have two
What are you on
different
about?
targets.
Yeah, but
Do
they
you know
were-
the start of the season? Tottenham were destroying teams actually going forward. It's when he reverted back to Mourinho where he started flipping.
It was
To
towards the
be
losing,
fair,
but we'll discuss that.
to be fair, he was we will discuss it because we will actually because what I was going to say is going to tie into Spurs. Just to wrap up on Arsenal, I just wanted to read you guys your next 6 games in the league. This isn't without the Europa League, which is currently 0-0 at the moment, half time. City at home, Leicester away, Burnley away, North London Derby, West Ham away, Liverpool at home. Mr. KA, with those fixtures coming up, does Arteta, in the position you are in the league, does Arteta forget about the Premier League and just throw all his eggs into the Europa League as a way of A, winning the trophy, but B, getting Arsenal back into where they belong, Champions League football?
I see your point, but I don't think we can completely forget about the league. I think Arteta needs to have a respectable finish, even if it's like 7th or just missing out on the Europa League or finishing Europa League again. I think people will respect. Obviously, you had the fans that will be upset, but I think I would respect it. I would actually hate it if you threw away the league and said, because it's no guarantee that we're gonna win every game in the Europa League. So just give every tournament your all. Try and build something with the team for next season, and then come back and then we start again and see where we are. So now, I don't think he should throw in the league.
In saying that though, I get it, but my whole thing is that Europa League is obviously a long and draining tournament, and it's Thursday, Sunday, or Thursday, Monday, whichever way it is. And we've seen that there's only so long you can sustain that for, and we're not taking into consideration injuries or whatnot. Truth, do you think that Arteta should focus on Europa? Because at the end of the day, especially during the pandemic times, getting back in the Champions League and get that money is going to be so important to the big clubs, because obviously you're not getting revenue from the fans. Should Arteta say, do you know what? Because he's put a strong side out in this Benfica game. So should he put all his eggs and say Europa League or bust?
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. This is a decision that no level-headed fan can possibly make, because it's a thing where how many points are we from top 4? I think it's
I wrote it down. Hold on. 8 points off top 4.
8 points of top 4. So 8 points of top 4. It's not impossible, but it is quite steep. And it's a thing where, with the lead, where the lead's going this season, 2 wins can get you straight back up there. 2 wins could, it's possible 2 wins get you straight back up there. And as you said, it's not possible for you to focus on the Europa League with the way the games have been this season, how condensed the league season has been. It's not possible to do the Europa League fully and be playing the league on your top form. So it's a decision that I don't envy for him to make, and it's really for him to make. At the moment, I would just focus a little bit more on the league and put a not second team, but a mix of a second team and first team out for the Europa League. If we go far in the Europa League, so be it. If we get, let's say, my line is normally the quarterfinal. Once you get to the quarterfinals, you start putting your strong team out towards getting to the final. But until then, the last 32, the last 16, I think you should just have a mix and match team out, because we're still in a position where we can do decent in the league. And that has to be your bread and butter for me. If you go all out for the Europa League and you somehow go out, because it's a tough competition this year.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot
if you go all out for some tough teams in there. You know, there's Leverkusen, Ajax are in there,
Inter, Napoli,
in there,
AC, yeah.
Yes, it's this one this year is not easy. So I don't want to fully commit to the Europa League, to be honest. I don't want to fully commit to it. And I'm shocked that the 4 teams in the Europa League have put pretty strong teams out. They're risking injury to their main players. I think,
to be fair, United's one was a mix and match.
Yeah, Kane didn't travel today as well.
For United though, they're one Bruno Fernandes injury away from freaking being mid-table for me.
Yeah.
So him playing is United right now. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, if Tottenham lose Kane or Son again, you know, that's them. Leicester, they played a very strong team.
No,
so
Vardy. Vardy didn't play.
Yeah, Vardy played.
Oh, did he play?
Yeah, Vardy played.
Oh, I thought I saw
I'm shocked that these guys have played, you know, a lot of their big hitters for the round of 32. As I said, for me, focus on the league first. If we go far in Europa League, get to the quarterfinals, then yeah, start putting your strong team out. Otherwise, it's not a competition that you want to take seriously right now.
Fair enough. Can't be much said than that.
I agree.
We'll wait and see what happens later on in the season. See if the Truth and Mr. K change their minds and in terms of the league or Europa League. And obviously, towards the end of the show, we'll give us our predictions for the big game of the weekend, which is Arsenal versus Manchester City. Gonna move on to talk about your neighbours, the white side of North London, Tottenham Hotspur, who basically limped to a 3-0 loss against Manchester City. Gundogan running a riot, bruv, making Sanchez plank, bruv. Wow, Sanchez went down like a ton of... You know when Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, bruv?
Literally, that was it.
That's what Sanchez...
Oh man.
That was hilarious, man.
Truth. Talk to me about that game last week, bro. Just tell us what you thought about Spurs and the way how Mourinho approached that game against City.
You know what? These idiot media commentators always thinking about a Marine masterclass. It makes me smile when he gets his backside clotted in, playing his crap prehistoric thing, Neanderthal football. I can't. So the way Mourinho likes to play now is he plays 9 men at the back, including the goalkeeper, and he literally says, "Get the ball to Kane and then Son go." And Pep, being the genius that he is, learned his lesson. And he said, look, you know what? These two aren't going to do nothing. They were camped for most of the game. Kane did not have one touch in the box for the entire game. For an entire game, he did not touch the ball in that Man City area. So it was coming. It was coming. Pep's learned his lesson, and I'm glad for it. I'm glad they got their tail Ross plotted in. Not just because it's Spurs, but I don't like to see that lazy football being played. So, yeah, I'm quite happy about it.
I mean, if you look at their last results, 3-0 loss to City, they got a 2-0 win against West Brom, And they lost 1-0 to Chelsea, lost 1-0 to Brighton, and lost 3-1 to Liverpool. It's relegation form for any team. Mr. KA, in terms of that partnership, Kane and Son, right? And this is what I was going to refer to. In the start of the season, right? One of the reasons why Spurs were doing so well is because Kane and Son were converting chances higher than what anyone expected, which is why they were getting away with games and they were banging goals. But then Mourinho reverted to tight, Kane got injured, and they're in the position that they are in. How did they get out of it? How do you think Mourinho gets Spurs out of this slump?
Well, I think Mourinho would need to just untie his panties for a minute, because I think he's flustered.
3 for me and 2 for them. Respect, man. Respect.
He lost Kane, and that's what the Spurs fans will say. They will say, "Oh, because we lost Kane, our talisman. That's how we went on that bad run." And to be fair, we saw it. It's like, as soon as he came back, although it was West Brom with that first game back, they were like a completely different side. So I understand why some of those results went the way they did, but to be honest, it shouldn't have gone that way with the firepower that they have. I think Mourinho needs to figure out his back line. He needs to figure out who his midfield is, because he's starting to tinker too much. 1 minute he's playing Aurier, next minute he's playing Doherty, then he's playing Tanganga back because he doesn't trust Aurier.
Or trash Doherty.
Yeah. Dyer was playing at the back for like majority of the season. Now Dyer can't get back in.
Another fridge.
I don't get that move, but it was kind of working. But then now Dyer can't get back into the starting lineup. He was playing Odevero last season, was one of the first names on the team sheet. Now Mourinho doesn't like him at all. Like, can't even get into the team. So, and the same goes for midfield as well. So Mourinho just needs to figure out, I think, his lineup. I think he sometimes outwits himself, I think, in games, especially in the big games as well. And I think it worked for a while. As you said, Spurs weren't getting big chances, weren't getting that many chances, but Son and Kane were just clinical. One shot and goal, and that's all they needed. 2 shots and goal is all they needed. So I don't know. I think he just needs to figure out a new way of playing, figure out a lineup. But I don't know if there's enough time, to be honest. That's
right. No, I hear that. I don't think we're going to get a new way of playing from Mourinho, because he's just Mr. Negative. But he does need to fit. Mr. K brings up a big point. He needs to figure out a way. Mourinho, we know, has always, as bad as been attacking and as bad as it's been counter-attack football and parking the bus, you could always say about Mourinho, his defenses were solid. What is it? In the last 5 games, they've scored 3 and conceded 8. That's unlike a Mourinho side. Truth, how does he change that when his defense is so bad?
No. Look, your defense is only as bad as your system. Okay, this didn't start recently. This started when they went top of the league. Mourinho does what he always does. He went top of the league, and guess what? He thought he can 1-0 the rest of the season to win the title. Not anymore. So they went top of the league, and the Palace game was probably the worst game that I've seen from Tottenham this season. They went 1-0 up. They went 1-0 up. You're thinking, yes, no, not me, but you're thinking, yeah, they're gonna go on and walk the game. What does Mourinho do? Go full defensive. Gave Crystal Palace, they gave Palace 60-something% possession.
And Palace don't have the least amount of possession out of any football team.
Exactly. They give Palace the ball, and eventually they end up drawing that game. And it was something that just kept on happening. They would either score goals or just totally just be defensive. Now, Kay alluded to it before. about it being successful in the past. Before you can afford to probably give the other team 60% of the ball and hit them on the counter. In the game nowadays, you cannot be giving any top class team 60 to 70% possession of the ball. I told you it wasn't sustainable back then. I said it wasn't.
The penalty to Benfica.
Calm down.
Sorry, I know Smith Rowe had his hand in unnatural position and it hit him when it was crossed.
Yeah, it's calm. It's happened.
It's 1-0 to Benfica, by the way. Carry on, Truth.
My bad, I'm behind on my legal streams.
Yeah, so I said it wasn't sustainable back then. And I was proved right. I was proved totally right. You cannot sustain that football because you cannot give up that amount of possession because a lot more teams have that quality nowadays to break you down. And also, you're doing so much more running. The thing of football now is rest on the ball. You rest when you have the ball. Okay? When you're there chasing people about for 60 to 70% possession of the ball, it gets tiring. And their players now, they're probably half fatigued. They're half annoyed that they always have to play counter-attacking football, even against teams like freaking Palace and West Brom and all that kind of stuff. It's a mixture of everything, and it's all come to head to what it is now. For him to change, no, he's not going to change. You can't teach an old dog new tricks right now, and that's what he is. He's the oldest dog in the game, so.
No, I hear that 100%. I mean, like you referred to it, I think in December they were top of the league. Because around December 14th, they were top of the league. Now they're 9th, 2 points above you lot. And 6 points off top 4, but they've got a game in hand. So it's crazy to think that in December people were talking about Spurs being title contenders to now they may not even make Europe. It's absolutely crazy. I know that makes you both so happy. But in terms of being a Spurs fan, you're gonna be annoyed. You're gonna be pissed. But
they're used to it, man.
Hey, as United fans, we warned you. That's all we can say. We warned
it's true. They were warned.
And now you're facing that. But the one thing I will say is, as I said, they are 6 points off top 4 with the game in hand. They win their game in hand. They're only 3 points off. They've got the League Cup final. They're still in the Europa League as well. So it can still be a decent season for Spurs. I hope not, because if they don't win anything and they don't make Champions League, Sugarcane and Son are for sale, as Saka has equalised for Arsenal in the game. But that's it for us on Spurs. We're now going to move on. I said it a few weeks ago when the Truth and I were on, and we're actually going to be talking about Leicester City. On a tear at the moment, third in the league, joint level points with United. Fantastic result on the weekend, 3-1 against Liverpool. They've in their last 10 games, they've only lost once. That was to Leeds. They're on a mad one right now. Truth, what are you thinking of Leicester's season so far? And especially focusing on the game on the weekend against Liverpool, where they had 7 minutes of madness.
They impressed me. I'm not gonna lie. They really have impressed me this season. Not where they are, but the fact that they haven't fallen away. I think that's compared to last season where they fell away badly. I think it was 12 points they were clear of United like in January. And then that all got wiped out. But what they have is what Tottenham needs. When Leicester are on the ball and they're going forward, they commit and they know what to do. They have a system. They play to it. They're a lot more stronger than these teams that want to play counter-attacking football because it's ingrained in them. So they've impressed me. The fact that they're still there. If they're still going to be there come the end of the season is something else. But as of right now, they impressed me. In terms of the game on the weekend, I'm not going to lie, they were poor. For 70, I think it was like 75?
70, something like that.
75, 76. For 76 minutes, they were poor. They were they were awful. And then the game just changed, and credit to them, they didn't give up and they went for it. So again, well done. I don't know how long it's gonna last though, because even Leicester's football isn't sustainable as we saw last season. But if they're able to sustain about it, then do we call Brendan Rodgers manager of the season?
I think if they can make top four, he's got a very valid argument to be called manager of the season. I mean, I think the only thing that can trump him is if West Ham get into Europe with David Moyes. I think that's the only person that kind of trumps them, or like one of the relegation sides can get some super boost, brother, and get out of the relegation fight and stay up. I think that's the only way you can get above him, because Brendan Rodgers has done a good job, and it looks like they're starting to learn from their mistakes of last season. Because from January they were on a downward spiral. Yeah. But even then, obviously the pandemic happened, and then the season came back, but they were still a million miles ahead of us. And then they ended up throwing it away. Mr. K.A., in terms of Leicester, what are their expectations? Are they now saying that we're disrupting the so-called Big Six and we are going to be fighting for Champions League football? Or is it a case of they're just going to be in and around there, but Europa League is probably the standard that they're going to have for the next few seasons?
No, I think they believe they belong in the top four. I think Brendan Rodgers, he knows what he nearly did with Liverpool. He believes he's a top manager, which I can't knock him. I remember at first when they were linking Rodgers with Arsenal, and I didn't want him because I thought he was a flop. But from what he's doing with taking into consideration their demise in last season, when they didn't win from since the turn of the year, one game in 2020 or something like that. Apart from that, I think he's done a really good job at Leicester, and he's such a good fit for them. I believe that they have a belief. When you hear their players speak, especially Maddison in interviews nowadays, they secretly believe that they can kind of keep up with the big boys, and they believe that, okay, if City mess up, we're going to be right in there in the mix. So I believe they belong. I feel like the Leicester City players feel like they belong, and they play like it. They play free, and he shows tactical kind of know-how, because I think Maddison talked about it in the last game. He said in a personal interview, we had a plan that if Liverpool score first, we're going to move into a diamond and we're going to switch up the formation and play a different way. Okay, it took another 50 minutes before it actually started to work, and it took a couple of Liverpool mistakes. But they kept on going, kept on trying. Now hopefully they got Vardy back, so that could be an extra boost for them, and they play better with him. So I see them up there, and I wouldn't be surprised. I think they're here to stay. They've been in the Champions League last couple of seasons. You're in Europa now.
Only once. After the 2016 season.
So I meant to say it's not their first. They've been in it a couple of times. I meant to say sorry. But I think they believe they're in. Long story short, I think they believe that they should be up there. To answer your question.
And so they should. I mean, the form that they're showing, they should believe that they belong in the mix with the big boys. And you look at the players.
One thing, sorry, I forgot to mention, is that it's going to be a bit hard for them, because even though they got Vardy back, they're getting a lot of injuries in defence, and it's just kind of disrupting things a little bit. Castagna's out. They've lost Justin for the season, unfortunately. He's having a great season.
That Fofana's guy's out as well.
He was proven to be a really good gem that they've uncovered.
This is why I was shocked they played quite a decently strong side against in the Europa League. So considering the way they fell apart last season when they had no Europa League, and this time, it's a risk. It's a risk. It's a huge risk. These Europa League teams are playing playing a lot of their big guns in these games. But you know, if they feel good to go for it, then you know they'll go for it.
It's fair game. Last question to you lot on Leicester before we go into our predictions. Are they now the only team that can challenge Man City for the title, or is it a done deal? City's won it.
Done deal, mate.
Yeah.
That compared to the last time that we talked about it, what, they're 10 points clear now?
This is it. Like, I remember last time we spoke about it, I was like, I don't know, it's done now, man. I think it's done. I'm joining the three of you. It's a clean sweep. It's done.
It's what's it? Do you know what's scary? The fact that against Everton, you know, they won the game. They're 10 points clear. And then on the bench, they got KDB and Aguero. Gundogan wasn't even in the team.
And KDB played a couple minutes as well. So
exactly. It just felt like it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah. It is a wrap. It is a wrap on the league. There you go. There you have it. Not even Leicester can stop City from winning the title. Just to the people, if you're wondering why we haven't spoken about United in the background, watch there's a special podcast on Man United Talk that we did yesterday.
Watch that, guys. There's a few things I disagreed with there, but it's a good watch.
Because the reason why that happened is because I knew it was going to be a long one, and we wouldn't have time on this to get through it because there was a lot to be said. But we will come back to it, and we will obviously have Truth, Mr. K, on the next time we talk about Man United. But I had to get it out of my system. It just had to get out of my system. But yes, we are going to now move on to the predictions. Truth and Stu, just obviously, Truth, the floor's yours because obviously you're in charge.
Yeah, guys, I'm back on form, guys. I somehow pulled it out the bag. Again, it's been a hard week of predictions. We got all of us together. Oh, sorry. It was only 5. There was only 5 fixtures. We got three out of the 5 fixtures correct. All of us, we got all the same game. That was the Man City Tottenham. We knew that way which way that was going. TJ was a bit conservative on that. me and KA knew what time it was. Leeds and Arsenal. Me and KA knew it was going to be high scoring. We just missed out on a perfect score. And I got the perfect score for the Chelsea versus Newcastle, which means that I won it for this week. So I'm back on form. We're going to start tallying it
I would have been joined if I didn't let these two fools talk me out of the decision of 1-1 between West Brom and Man United. You saw them, people. You saw them put pressure on me, the peer pressure that they put on me to say United were going to win.
A table.
When I knew because of this idiot in the background that they were going to throw it away.
Oh man, so yeah, back when I'm gonna start tallying it from now. I haven't tallied it before, so I've got my nice 1-0 lead.
Yeah, after you get your win.
Yeah, of course. Or the ones that just preliminary round, friendlies, getting the dust to settle.
Man said friendlies.
So yeah, I've got my one victory for this week. We see where we all are at the end of the season, who's the best at predicting, who knows their football and whatnot. But on to this week. The start of the first game. We got Southampton versus Chelsea.
Yeah, the first game is Wolverhampton Leeds.
It's a big 6, Mr. KA.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, people. Mr. K is still adjusting to the format.
Oh man. We let you start, K. Go on.
Let's go. Oh, Chelsea and Southampton.
Yeah.
I say 2-1 Southampton.
What?
They're gonna surprise. They're gonna surprise Chelsea.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
2-1.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This guy, he's not taking his loss very well. He's lost the
Oh,
plot,
man.
mate. DJ.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea.
I think Southampton are in really bad form and they just can't get out of it at the moment. I don't think
This is gonna
Chelsea's
be the
gonna let
game.
them get out.
They're playing at home.
That's why I think it's gonna be 2-0. I've been right the last few times on Chelsea's results being 2-0, so I'm gonna go for 2-0. Might even put in a few Chelsea players for my fantasy team. Looking at you, Werner. Next game is the Merseyside Derby, Saturday evening. Who's at home? Liverpool are at home. So yeah, Merseyside Derby. Let's go to TJ on this one.
Is Calvin Lewis going to be fit?
I don't think so.
They said he should have been fit for the Man City game, but obviously he wasn't fit enough to show. So they said he should be fit for the Everton, but who knows?
I'm gonna go. Oh, God, see if I knew Calvin Lewin was gonna start, my prediction would be different. But I'm gonna go 2-0 Liverpool.
2-0. 2-0. Okay.
But if I knew Calvin Lewin was definitely going to start, I'd probably say 2-1.
Give him one goal.
No. I just think that game.
One.
I just think that game against Leipzig has given Liverpool a little bit of a boost. Not to say that they're back, but I think because it's a Merseyside derby as well, I think they're going to be up for it, and I think that's why they're just going to take it 2-0. But if Calvert Lewin starts, people, you heard me say it will be 2-1, but 2-0 is what I'm going with.
No contingency scoreline.
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I don't think defensively they're good enough to keep at Everton, but I do think that win against Leipzig could do them very good, do them well. KA?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
I would go 1-1, but Everton played midweek as well, and they played on Wednesday. So
and defensively, they're so bad. Like,
Amina's out now as well. Yeah, Amina's going to be out for the derby, so yeah, I'll go for the 2-1. Next game, is
West Ham Tottenham.
Yeah, West Ham Tottenham. No. Yeah, West Ham Tottenham. And Dennis, yeah. West Ham Tottenham. Got the K on this one.
I'm going to say 2-0 Spurs.
Really?
Yeah, I know West Ham are playing, they're playing okay, but we don't know if Antonio is going to be back.
That's true.
I don't know if he's come out to say whether him not playing today was an injury or not. We don't know, but when it started to kind of rumors came out that he wasn't in the squad, people were unsure what it was, but it seems like it was just rest. Obviously, because he's just come back from injury. So I think if Kane plays, it's going to be a 2-0 win, I think.
No. Interesting.
Yeah.
TJ?
I'm going to go 2-2.
It's actually a hard one to predict, actually.
I know, because I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm just like, I think the only outcome I can come out with is a draw, or for me, I think 2-2.
Well, I never
scoring 2 goals though without
Bro, Messi Lingard, bro. Messi Lingard, bro. He's gonna be him and Suchek.
The big 4-5.
Get a goal each, bro.
Okay.
I never back a Tottenham victory,
and it was hard for me to back it as well, but
that's my rule. So I'm actually gonna go 2-1 West Ham. I think Antonio's going to be fit in the last minute, and then they'll run that flipping defense with Eric Dyer and whatnot and whatever.
No, man's got a fridge.
What the expressions call him?
The Colombian PS4, bruv.
Yeah, I think
Colombian PS4.
yeah.
I've never heard that before. What does it even mean? I don't get it.
It's so dumb as well. I heard him describe it for the first time. I'm like, why do you call it? He said, yeah, because when you leave your PS4 on, it goes on standby. And that's what Sanchez does. Like, if you just leave him, he just go on standby randomly.
Wow, okay.
And he's dark as well. That's basically the reason why.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh no.
Oh man.
Next game. Let's chuck Leicester in there just for this week. Aston Villa Leicester.
Oh,
now this is a hard one as well.
It's an easy one, man. Aston Villa hit the wall.
Do Villa? You think they hit?
Yeah. I know they got a good result against us, but
yeah, because Grealish, I know he hasn't really been sort of playing to the standards he was a month or so ago. He hasn't really been getting the assists and running the games like he used to.
Yeah.
But if Leicester play how they played against Liverpool first half, Villa can get a couple goals, and then because defensively they're doing well. Martinez, he was Superman last game, so.
Bruv, Martinez been doing well. That defense was horrid. To let I think it was, how much shots was it? 15 shots or so in their goal.
something like this.
Martinez was the one that just kept them in that, man. Their defense is woeful. Just like Martinez is a great keeper. I'll go for this one. I'm going to say, but then Leicester to play. So I want to know how much of an effect Europa League is going to have on these teams. I don't think anything's too soon, but in about 2-3 weeks, you're going to see something. But just for this time, I'm going to go 3-1 Leicester. 1-3 Leicester. Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
I don't know, it's a hard one. I think it's going to be a good game as well. It should be a good game to watch. I might try and tune in for that as a prelude to the Arsenal game. But oh gosh, I don't know. This is a hard one. Villa, Leicester. I'm gonna go 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. Score draw.
TJ.
2-1 Villa.
Really?
Who's getting the goals for you?
Jack and Watkins. I think Vardy will get like a consolation.
You guys are really messing with my fantasy, you know.
I think Leicester are going to feel the effects of playing a strong team.
Okay.
In the Europa.
Fair enough. Next game, the big one, Arsenal Man City.
Well, I know. Truth, you're gonna say 5-0. Man City, Arsenal. Oh gosh.
Arsenal Man City, I should say.
Sorry?
I say Arsenal Man City, I should say.
I'm going to give it. I'm going to say 2-1 City. Unfortunately.
2-1 City.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hey, you should never predict your team to lose, man.
I know. That's my rule. 2 rules. Never predicting Tottenham winning, and Arsenal. Never predict them losing.
It's how I feel in the moment right now, man.
Fair enough. To each their own.
So what do you think, Truth?
Oh, I'm actually gonna go to 2-1 or 2-0. I go 2-1 Arsenal. I have confidence we can get a result. 2-1.
But you don't think Pep's learned his lesson, same way he learned it against Mourinho?
Nah, I think them being confident is gonna play into our hands.
Okay.
TJ,
3-1 City.
3-1. No ratings.
I just feel like they're just going to steamroller, especially with KDB back as well. And
You think KDB is going to play though?
I don't think. I think
he won't start. I don't think he'll start.
I think if Gundogan is fit, he doesn't start. I think if he's not, he does. I think if Gundogan isn't fit, I think Kevin De Bruyne starts.
I don't know if he starts. I don't know. I didn't see his sub appearance to know how he played, but I don't think he'll start.
The reason why I went 2-1 Arsenal because I just believe, I might be wrong, but I just don't believe Sterling's going to play 3 games in a row or start 3 games in a row.
Is Partey fit? Sorry, before I co-sign that. Is Partey fit or is he out?
I don't think he's back for the game.
Yeah, I don't think he's back for the game.
Oh, he's not back. So he's not back.
I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, well, if he's not back, then I'm sticking with 3-1.
Okay, last and final game, Man United versus Newcastle. I let TJ begin proceedings.
1-0 Newcastle.
It's Newcastle, man. Come on. Newcastle.
I'm not putting that down. I can't put down Lions.
It's Newcastle, TJ. Come on.
Screw you lot, yeah.
It's Newcastle. Man, like John Joe Shelby, bro.
Lord Voldemort, bro.
And Saint Maximin, yeah.
Oh, Saint Maxi,
you know, Saint Maxi's there.
Saint Maxi's there.
True say they got Willock, you know, and he's like showing them how to boss games.
Saint Maxi, bro.
Willock, yeah.
I think it's gonna be.
It's Newcastle.
2-1 United.
Ooh, he went for a United victory. That means they're gonna lose. 2-1 KA.
I'm gonna give it. Wait, who's at home? Let me see. Who's at home?
United.
Wow. If it was the other way around, I'm gonna say 2-1 that with United.
2-1 United as well.
Yeah. Only because they're home.
2-1. It's a hard one to predict, you know. Pogba's not there, is he?
No, Pogba's not back until March. Cavani is a doubt. Van der Beek is injured somehow.
Hey, man, what? When did he get injured in training?
I think he got trained. I think he got injured because Ollie tried to talk to him about football, bruv. That's why. That's why I think he got injured.
You know, back in school, when you'll be walking down the corridor and you'll kind of like trip up the person in front of you, like you'll swing their leg. That's what Ole did, bro. He's walking down, he just like hooked his leg and just and just run away like it wasn't me.
I'm actually gonna go 1-1. Actually, no. United will respond. 3-0 United.
What?
3-0, you know. Pass the pad.
3-0. Newcastle was so bad against Chelsea. Like they were starting to play attacking football and then they reverted to type against Chelsea.
This is what I was about to say though, but they changed their kind of style now. They go after the game.
Trust me, listen.
But then against Chelsea, they reverted back to normal.
Listen, so the fact that Callum Wilson is injured is the only reason why I'm giving United the victory here.
Then this is it.
Because if he was fit,
if he was fit, you know,
if he was fit,
that can make a difference.
I would have stuck with my 1-0.
Callum Wilson is like he's been slightly on form. Like he's not paying attention.
He's scoring penalties, man.
Nah, put some respect on Wilson's name, bro. He's been carrying that team this season.
So yeah, that's it. That's 6 fixtures that we got. Let's see who comes out on top for this week.
And that is it from us, people. Short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
We've been listening to the masses, trying to cut it down because we chat too much.
Who said that? Yeah. Show me them. And I'll go and sort them out.
People. Mr. KA is looking for you lot, saying that we chat too much. But yeah, that's it from us, guys. Another Premier League review / preview show. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about our predictions. Let us know what you think about Leicester and their chances of making top 4. Let us know how long Mourinho has until he gets sacked again. Let us, and how long Spurs can keep hold of Son and Kane with no trophies. How long is that cabinet going to be empty for? Let us know in the comments, people. That is it from us. I want to say thank you to my guys, Mr. K8 and The Truth. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Good to be here, man.
Peace out, people. Love and respect.
And as usual, people, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Let us know what you think. Follow us on the socials as well. That is it for us for this week. I've done 3 this week. I'm tired. Been jumping on with all the guys. Next week, we're going hard again. We got the Australia Open review. We've got as usual, episodic Premier League review / preview show. And we might do UFC 259 preview as well. So content's constantly coming out, guys. We're going to keep you entertained throughout the pandemic and even after, when you lot get us up there and we can retire from this shit. But again, thank you to my guys. People, stay safe out there. Keep your family safe. Looks like there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we can only look forward from here. We shall see you very soon. Peace.
Peace.